Hi, Hope Ebert with Timberhead CrossFit. This week we're working on lesson 13, which is managing different skill levels in a workout. I chose a workout that was for time. It's a 100-foot handstand walk, 9 squat cleans, 75-foot handstand walk, 12 squat cleans, into a 50-foot handstand walk, 15 squat cleans, and then finishing out with 25-foot handstand walk. Our stimulus today is 10 to 15 minutes. And I'm going to work on scaling the handstand walk for some of our athletes. So for the time domains for the handstand walk, I'm going to give them about 2 minutes for that first set. It's the longest set of handstand walks. When we get to the second set, a little bit shorter, we're going to try to get in between 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. 50 feet, a little bit shorter. We're going to go down to 1 minute to 1:15. And then the final walk, it's our last movement of the day. We're going to try to finish that in 30 seconds to a minute. Wanted to give a little bit of buffer in these middle sets. They're still a little bit longer, but we're going to be a little bit fatigued when we get there. So we'll give them a little bit more of a buffer time frame. For my athletes today, my beginner athlete, we're going to be working with Shu. For my intermediate athlete, we'll work with James. For my advanced athlete, we'll work with Dan. So for Shu, we're going to scale him back to a bear crawl today. Since he's a beginner athlete, we're going to really work on getting him to feel the weight shift more so in his hands, but he still has the feet to guide him there. So I'm going to look for some active shoulders and looking for him to really use his hands to feel the weight for the bear crawls. We'll keep the distance the same for those because he does get to use his legs. My intermediate athlete, James, we're going to let him get 3 max distance attempts in. So what we'll look for in James is that he can control the rest in between each set so that he can really get the most out of every effort. We'll do that for each handstand walk. It might start to feel a little fatiguing in the middle here again, but they're shorter, so it'll give him a chance to try to get in that full distance. And then for Dan, he's going to go RX distance today, but what we're going to look for with him is that he fits into those time domains. So similar to James with the controlled rest, but depending on if it's a really good handstand walking day or maybe the squat cleans are really tiring him out, we're going to just make sure that he fits into the time domains for the handstand walks so that we can get this workout done in that 10 to 15 minutes. For my progressions today, we're going to start out with pike shoulder taps. These are from the floor. We're going to have all 3 athletes do these. We're going to go back to what I talked about with Shu. We're going to make sure that we feel that weight shift in each of our hands as we do these. And then from there, we'll go to the bear crawl. We're going to have all the athletes do the bear crawl today. Again, similar to a handstand walk, but they get to use their feet. So we're getting a little bit more comfortable being upside down while moving distance. And then that is where Shu is going to stop for the workout. But I'm going to invite him to try the next progression just so that he can get a little bit more comfortable and get closer to the handstand walks down the road. So we'll do a kick up to the wall and then do the shoulder taps there, similar to what we did in the pike shoulder taps. But now we're completely upside down. We can use the wall for as much support as we need or as little. And then from there, we're going to go to our workout movement. So for my athletes that are on the floor upside down, not in the bear crawl, we're going to give them 2 to 3 attempts just to get familiar with walking on their hands. And then for Shu, it's going to be the same thing, but he's going to do those bear crawls so that we can get going with that and find out a little bit more about the spacing that we have. And then we'll get to our mini round or like our test round. I'm going to have all the athletes do 25 feet of their workout movement again, and then they'll just go to their barbell for 3 squat cleans just to feel how it is transitioning from being upside down to grabbing the barbell. That is lesson 13.